So as I started to research building my slide-in camper, I decided that I wanted insulation, and I chose the Extruded Polystyrene, also known as XPS. And one of the things when I was researching the insulation was how to cut this. I was a little bit nervous because I've never worked with it before. I watched all the various videos of sharpening a putty knife, cutting through with one of these 5-in-1 tools, a utility knife, hand saw, different types of saws. And as I watched all of those, I realized there must be an easier way. And I came across a guy who said the only thing you need is an OLFA knife. OLFA knife, these are extremely sharp. And what I'll do is I'll get this all out of the way, and then I'll give you a quick demonstration on the best way to cut this, the best way that I found to cut this, and hopefully you guys find it useful. So let me go ahead and get this cleared off and get started. Okay, so what I have is the OLFA 25mm, 1-inch, so it's a 1-inch blade. And let me go ahead and mark this out and show you how clean this actually cuts the polystyrene. Make myself a little line here. A couple of different ways you can do this. You can cut through, so if you take the blade, what you want to do is put it about this angle. What I found most useful is if you go out about 3 notches on this 1.5-inch polystyrene, and then you kind of come in at this angle. So you're starting at the lower blade, and then you're going to work your way through. So let me just go ahead and show you how easy it cuts. Cuts like butter. This cuts like butter, right down the line, no problem. It's actually easier than sheetrock. So now you can break it real quick. Just break it. See, that's where the knife went through, and that's where it was broken. So that's one technique you can use. The other one, you make a line. The reason why I'm making the line is I'm trying to show you how accurate you can make it with this OLFA knife. I wouldn't use anything else besides this knife. So what I found easiest, again, make sure you have the right angle. Come into it, just follow that line. Knife's really sharp, goes through it. And then if you come past one more time, it almost gets you all the way through. But that's about as far as you need to go, because now you see how easy and clean it breaks. So no problem. So what I'm going to do now is show you why it's so important to make sure this knife is really sharp to get through this. So let me go ahead and this was a brand new blade. Let me put an older blade in it, and I'm going to purposely dull it to show you how it affects cutting this. Okay, so now I have the older blade on and a piece of sandpaper here, and what I'm going to do is go ahead and purposely dull this. That should be dull enough. And now, when you go to cut, it's harder to get it in there. And what also happens, it starts to tear up. When you have the dull knife, it starts to actually, it's really dull at the tip here and not so dull here. So let me show you. If I try and cut it with the tip, you can see it just starts to just kind of shred it. But it's still pretty sharp back here, so it starts to actually cut it a little bit better. So with the OLFA knife, what you do is, in order to keep that sharp edge, loosen it up, bring it back down to about right there, to the blade you went off. Clip that off, bring it back out. I like the 1, 2, 3 blades. And now you'll see how clean it'll cut again. So just make sure that you keep a sharp edge, and you'll have no problem getting through this XPS, Extruded Polystyrene. If you found that helpful, go ahead and give me a like and a subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And I thank you for watching.